Hello, friends. We're back. It's ENHYPEN time. We're talking about the ENHYPEN What Makes You Beautiful cover. Anyway, if you're wondering why I now suddenly have a candle and tea, I had to calm myself after the Astro video, because for the unaware, I posted an Astro video today as well. Their new single also came out, and I needed to soothe. So we have tea, there's a candle burning, we're calming. Also, I would like to stress that 48 hours ago, I was under the impression nothing was coming out today. Because in my defense, nothing was supposed to be coming out today. And then yesterday, they announced 2 things were coming out today. That's a bit obscene. Like, I made my history of an essay. For the unaware, I made a history of an essay. And in that video, I think it was for Touch, maybe? No, it was I Don't Need a Man. They literally, I believe, gave 2 days notice before the release of their single. And it's just, I remember saying in that video, I was like, we have come so far to the wrong extent where it was like, we are now announcing releases like months out. I feel like God laughed at me a little bit. Anyway, enough complaining. Let's talk about ENHYPEN. And I would like to stress, this is all I've ever wanted from K-pop. And I'm literally not joking. I have been saying for probably a year that I wanted someone to cover not just One Direction, although I do think that One Direction is an untouched gold mine of K-pop covers. No, I've specifically been saying I want someone to cover What Makes You Beautiful. To be fair, I said I wanted that someone to be NCT Dream, but I'm willing to take ENHYPEN. But let's actually go over how this video is going to work, okay? I'm going to run through the song and give you my thoughts on it, and then I'm going to give it a score out of 10 at the end, but I do have a couple disclaimers before we continue. Disclaimer number 1. This song is old, this cover is new. I've heard this song a billion times. I've heard this cover like 3. So my opinions on specifically this cover very much may change over time. Second disclaimer, my standard one, everything I say in this video is just my opinion. You do not have to agree with my opinion because music is subjective, and that is great. Alrighty, that covers everything. Let's get into it. And here's the thing that you need to understand about this cover. I was very excited from the moment they announced it 18 hours ago. I have a couple of reasons for this excitement. Reason number 1, I, as previously mentioned, have always wanted this for K-pop. Again, One Direction songs are an untouched gold mine for K-pop covers. I don't understand why no one does it. I think it would do numbers, and I feel like we need to do it more. So that was reason number 1. Reason number 2, I was not a Directioner. Okay, I want to make that clear. I was never in the One Direction fandom. I was on Tumblr, but in unrelated circles, okay? However, 2 of my best friends, who I was also besties with in middle school, were Directioners. Fun fact, I have seen the One Direction tour DVD like 3 times because we would hang out and they'd be like, yeah, let's watch it. And I'd be like, it's 2 against 1. I'm not going to win this fight, so fine. But my point is, I've heard this song God knows how many times. I've heard rants, ravings about this song God knows how many times. And I think we can all agree, this song's a banger. On top of all that, though, ENHYPEN just put out their I Need You cover, and I love that cover, okay? Like, I am actively upset that it is not on Apple Music. I understand why it's not. It's like a specifically Spotify thing. They wouldn't want to put it on Apple Music. But I'm still mad it's not on Apple Music. Like, I use Apple Music. I want to stream this thing without going to YouTube. Not to mention, their I Need You cover is arguably the perfect cover of any song ever. Like, let me explain, okay? They took the original song, and they made it their own in such a cool way, but they didn't go too far. They didn't change the vibes of the original. They made it true to the original, but made it their own in a really unique way. Like, it is very uniquely ENHYPEN. You're never going to hear the ENHYPEN song and think, oh, that's just the Bangtan song. Like, they're very distinct songs, but they're not too distinct. They're not too different. You know what's going on, and it's just a 10 out of 10 cover. Unfortunately, this is not that, okay? Like, this cover bothered me in a lot of ways. We're going to focus on a few specific ones because I think ENHYPEN made a couple very interesting choices that really brought down my enjoyment of this cover. First, they cut the entire second verse, okay? Like, there's a full extra minute of song in the One Direction version that is not in the ENHYPEN version. And I don't know why. I understand this was for Ihyori's show, and I'm pretty sure, I would assume, performed it on the show. I get that they couldn't perform the full song on the show. That's normal to me. But they could have recorded it. Like, there's nothing stopping them from recording the full song. This is a recorded piece of music. They could have done the full song. There's no reason they shouldn't have. Like, I don't understand why they didn't do the second verse. Plus, aside from removing an entire verse, they didn't really change the song, like, at all. This is very much a one-to-one cover of the parts that are at least in both versions, and I don't like that. Again, they took I Need You and they made it their own. This is not that. This is just a lot more, I don't want to say basic, but I will simply point out that if you're just going to do a one-to-one cover of a song, I can go listen to the original. Like, there is nothing that would make me listen to this over the original One Direction version, unless I was a massive ENHYPEN stan, which I'm not. So, I would sooner listen to the original version because A, it's the full song, and B, why would I listen to a cover that doesn't even do the full song, and also is just a one-to-one cover? In summary, I'm disappointed, okay? I was hoping we were gonna get another I Need You moment. I was excited for that. And instead, what we got is a relatively bland cover of an admittedly excellent song. And for the record, it is not even worth me discussing the actual song part of this cover because they didn't change it. So, like, I'm not even gonna waste my time with that. We're gonna move on to score time. Okay. Overall, I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. I'm very disappointed. I'm very upset. The only thing keeping the score, from being lower is the fact that the song itself is excellent. Like, this is still a banger song, even if we could have gotten a much better cover if they put a little more effort into it. But yeah, 7 out of 10. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment your thoughts on this cover down below. Let me know how you feel. You can also like and subscribe if you want to or don't. I will be okay either way. And in the description, I will put my ever-growing list of ENHYPEN reviews. I've done like 3 in the past 2 weeks, because in my defense, 2 weeks ago, they weren't putting anything out. But either way, yeah, they'll all be down there. You can check them out if you so choose. And yeah, thank you again for watching. Bye!